Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. As it is the basics of the food science to discuss the food sources. In today's lecture, we are discussing the different food sources from which the food is obtained. Remember that the food is obtained from three different sources. That is the plant source, animal source, and marine source or seafoods. In the plant source, the food is obtained from the tubers, the roots, the legumes, the cereals, the agronomic crops, the horticultural crops. Horticultural crops means the fruits and vegetables. They are utilized for the well-being and benefit of the human beings. And almost half of the food is obtained from the cereals in this regard. They are consumed by the human beings for energy and for routine or daily activities. Second one is the animal source. There are so many animals, there are so many species and types of the animals available in the world, but out of them only few are edible or lawful for the Muslims. On the basis of the religion, only few are edible. The lawful animals are the cow, buffalo, sheep, goat, camel, and some other animals which are consumed for the food source. The people living in the cities mostly consume the animal source, while the people living in the rural areas mostly consume the plant source. Because the life standard of the people living in the cities is higher or better than the people living in the rural areas. Third one is the marine source or the seafoods. The marine source or the seafoods are those foods, are those animals, basically the fish, which are obtained from the sea. Remember that from the sea, there are two types of waters, that is the fresh water and the salt water. The fresh water has three layers, the upper layer, the middle layer, and the bottom layer. The fish, some are living or floating in the surface, some are floating in the middle, and some are floating in the bottom. While the fish of the salt source are also of three types, that is, they are floating in the surface, middle, and bottom. Remember that the composition of the fish living or present in the fresh water and salt water are different, while the fish present in the upper, middle, and lower bottom of the water are also different in composition from each other. They are providing energy and consumption, and their waste or their raw material are used for some basic other food components to provide energy to be consumed by the people, by the animals after proper processing and provide energy. Remember that the countries are of two types, that is, they are either developed or developing. The developing countries are not utilizing their marine source as it has the potential, while the people of the developed world are utilizing the marine source as a good source and get enough food from that and also export it to the countries because they have prepared the ships in which they have established the processing plants, and in the processing plants they process the fish and the ships remain in water for several months where the food is kept safe and healthy and is provided to the people, and even it is exported after proper processing to the other countries or to the foreign countries, and a huge revenue of foreign exchange is earned in this context. The basic need is now to utilize or to exploit the sources, the sources which are present in the sea for the food, and to encourage this. Several programs have also been established and started by the support of the Food and Agriculture Organization, and they have started some programs about the fisheries. for the for the fish farming to provide nutritious diet to the people of those countries. Uh, Later on in the upcoming lecture, we will discuss the composition of the food, the components of the food, and then their role, that is, how they are utilized, which type of components are present, and what is their role, what is their significance, and what they provide to the human beings or to the animals on consumption. Thank you.